Alrighty, I really should get something else started up. A little, like, stream will start in such and such time. I am not sufficiently profound enough to do that yet with this, so we'll just have to deal with it for right now. Anyways. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. My name is Orphan Wings, and after a failed idea last time, I decided it would probably be better if I do this, because I know I can do this. I know I can do the whole thing. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and 100% this game. I love this. This one in particular actually is probably my favorite of this series. That being said, I have not completed 3, and I've come very, very, very close to completing 2, but not fully. But this has remained my favorite even with all the rest of them. I will acknowledge that things got fine-tuned and honed in later gameplay, and there was some interesting new mechanics. But I prefer this one on the whole. I love this one, and so I've decided I'm going to use this one as my next streaming opportunity. Probably we'll do another one of the... I'm basically like doing these in series as well, so maybe we'll try and complete 2 and maybe 3 on stream at some point, but yeah, for right now, this is the number 1. Also, it's a very simple one, given I have a complicated long-term game going on, so this is a really easy one to come back into. I should note I am doing this on the PS4, simply because it's easier for me. Most of the stuff I just play on my personal time also lately is PS4, so I could hook in the PS2 and play it there, but I just decided this is easier for me at the moment. It's on here. So let's do... Do I have a game on here? I have 2 games on here. Oh, and there we go. I have proof. Back. New game, then. We're gonna erase the volcanic crater one because it'll come back.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the Precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet.
I'm sorry, I love the cutscene. I'm quiet, and I really hope it's actually coming through.
So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking.
Because I'm just sitting here watching this gleefully.
As with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jak, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jak? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Ow! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay, okay. I'm fine. I'm fine.
For once, I agree. The change is an improvement.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
They was, I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go, Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him
I
in
actually see the
ages.
dirigible.
I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happened to be working on such a thing at this very
Jack, is
moment.
technical stuff
All
to
I
turn
would
on
need
for
is
you? Because
20
I saw you
power
kind
cells
of
to give
neat.
it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Okay, and now I venture it's safe enough to talk in full. So first of all, I just want to point out, very, very often I've heard that entry cutscene say Gol Acheron, G-O-L Acheron, two separate words. There was a very long period of time where I seriously thought he was saying Kol Acheron, like K-O-L Acheron as one word. Like, I thought he was literally just saying one word when he said that, so... I mean, literally, that was only something that cleared up in, like, the last 2 years or something like that. 2 or 3.
This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grav zoomer.
Also, you might have noticed I shut up. Yeah, this is one game where I will probably do that most of the time. I fucking love this game. It's so pretty. It still holds up even, like, some of the environment stuff still holds up really well after... Holy shit, what is it? Is this literally over 10 years old now? Like, I forget. I have a case right next to me. What am I doing?
But the lurkers must have captured them all.
Where are you? There you are. Let me get the case out. I want to see how old this game is. Where's your copyright date? Wow! 18 years. This game. This game is 18 years old. It's still so pretty. Yes, it's early PS2 graphics, but damn, it's pretty. But that does make sense, I think, to a certain extent, because I think I heard somewhere about like the first thing that was developed with this game was the game's map. They wanted the game to have a really pretty environment. It wanted you to go through all these sorts of pretty environments, and they wanted it to be just one continuous world without loading.
Wow, that last scoutfly had a power cell.
And
I'll
it
bet if you collect
did that
all 7 in each area, you can find
outstandingly.
more power cells.
Also, holy crap, this game is pretty. Still, 18 years later.
Blue Eco allows you to run fast.
I can't believe this game is almost 20 years old.
Activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
It also has, I also have some sympathy for that because I'm doing this project. I don't know how many of you have heard of this, but there's some project you can do where you take dice like those used for Dungeons and Dragons and make a map out of them. So I have this like really generalized idea of a story, and I decided I was gonna use dice to and roll them over a poster board and make a map out of them. So I'm making a map out of Dungeons and Dragons dice, but I have only like an inkling of a story idea.
This is a precursor door.
But I'm basically waiting until I finish the world that the story is gonna take place in before I actually like write out the outline and stuff, because I'm really heavy on the outlines whenever I do writing. Like, I joke that I have a handbook whenever I go to write a book. This is what I do other than game, is writing.
Use it for the maximum time.
But yeah, so like I always like write out everything before I do a book. So I was just like, hey, this sounds like a fun idea, because this is like part of the world building that I would have to do for this new thing. So I am totally so I actually just did the basic outline of the map earlier today, actually. No, get on top of the thing, Jack. There we go. I don't think I need the blue eco, though. I think that's it for the blue eco. But yeah, so like, I kind of have sympathy because I'm basically doing the same thing with a book. I'm starting with the world and then going on to fill in the details of the story, as opposed to starting with story and then fitting it into a world. That actually is probably the more logical one, but I don't know. Probably most people have an idea first and then, like, story idea first and then do the map and try and fit it in their brain as much as, fit what's on the page in the brain as much as possible. Excuse me. I believe I could just fall into... Yep, there we go. Oh, I don't have to do the... Well, green sage. I don't have to do the head bash.
Good training, boys. But that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away, then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Alrighty, before we go any further, hello, friend. It's a crash eating plant, because this is a Naughty Dog game. It's adorable, and it also won't hurt us. That's probably why it's adorable, because it's just totally not going to hurt us. I'll go ahead and activate another conversation, then I'll mention one other thing.
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grab Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
You don't know what you're missing.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
Yeah, they're basically hints. If you haven't played this game before, you can talk to villagers, and they'll kind of give you hints about stuff you can do. Again, also, as Kira mentioned earlier, they will do a, they will usually offer you a thing, but yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to mention was this came out when I was about 9 years old, in 2001, and, I will totally admit right now, this was one of the costumes that I used, was Jack. I don't know if I'll actually be able to find a picture of it anywhere, but yeah. Like, post on Twitter or something like that. But yeah, I went as Jack for a year at Halloween. I think I was probably like 10. Because I think it wasn't directly after the game came out. It was like a year or two afterwards, so it was either 9. So I was either 10 or 11. But yeah, so I really liked this game. And yes, I did go as this Jack. So it wasn't Jack 2, it was this one. Which, first of all, holy crap, there's so much detail in there. Can you see it? Holy crap. Yes, we did all of that. Including the goggles. And the certain flowy bits. And the ears. My god, I just remember the entire costume being a pain in the ass. For my family, because it was just the most complicated, like, that was the same year, I think, that my cousins all decided that, or one of my cousins decided they were going to do the Matrix. Neo, I believe it was? I believe they decided on Neo. And they were, and Mom and Dad were just like, why couldn't you pick something that easy? Like, they were just like, why did it have to be this complicated thing? Like, I think
We can get this open.
I think the most complicated costume I ever did was Maximo, from Maximo Goes to Glory. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the most complicated Halloween costume I ever had was Maximo Goes to Glory. Yeah, that was a treat, and I will be playing that one at some point just because it's difficult as hell. So that means it'll be fun to play.
Gotta bring in the cops from the
Yes, there is. I'm waiting because I want to talk to some of these people. Can I punch these? No, I can't. Okay, you know what? We'll go talk to people now because I've mostly cleared out everything. So let's go talk to people because they will give us things. And I'm doing this for the sake of people who have not played the game before. I am willing to be patient instead of just running into things.
Well, hello there, my dear boy. You've caught me at a most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old Precursor orb.
I don't think I've ever caught him at Twilight before. He is ugly.
90 of them. But I gather that your young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 Precursor orbs so he can get underway? I would offer you a power cell in return.
It does make me wonder, though. Everybody will offer us a power cell. Why are they so eager to give them away? If orbs are standard currency, why are they so eager to give... Why do they all have a power cell, and why are they so eager to get rid of it?
Oh, don't tell me that you two have problems as well.
The mayor.
The first I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now this. See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Yeah. Oh, you're funny. Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing, if by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 Precursor orbs.
I kind of like him, but it does make me also question this. He is the only one, presumably, who even cares about the mayorship. Everybody else kind of has... It's weird. Everybody else kind of has their own little niche. I don't think you're gonna have anybody fighting you for it. Unless Samus is trying.
Hey! Little furry dude! Oh, I thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around,
I can't tell if that's
I see
supposed to be a
beauty
pun or
in
a
everything,
reference.
You know? Right now, I couldn't chisel my way out of a box. I think she ran away to that misty island. Oh, I just hope she's all right. It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island. Are we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, no doubt about it. We're going over there. Alright, technically three more people to talk to. We'll start with the bird lady.
Oh my, what a horribly sick little bird.
You don't look so good yourself, lady.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were a spotted orange-bellied rainframe. You know, yesterday I saw some terribly vicious creatures capture a mother flut-flut near the beach. Now there's this poor little orphan egg sitting in a nest at the top of the cliff, and I can't get to it. If you could climb up there and push it off, I've piled some hay down at the base to catch it safely. Do an old lady a favor, and I'll give you a power cell.
So yeah, Birdwatcher wants us to go knock an egg off the cliff. That's a smart move! Alright, sir. Farmer, what do you have to say?
Gotta milk those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get them back into the corral?
No telling us about a power cell, but yes, there is one involved. We will do so. And as a matter of fact, this is the first one we can do right away. So we'll go ahead and do that. I typically don't like doing the precursor orb exchanges until late, so I know I have all the stuff for them. Because I'll just go back and make trade after trade after trade, and just finish them all off in one go. Are you? Okay, you need a little over that away. But this will also give... I figured I could do that because it also gives some context to stuff we're going to do eventually. I could just breeze through, but given that this game is 18 years old, I'm a little more willing and inclined to let it sit through... cutscenes and give the full experience of this game. Especially because it is one of my favorites. Hey man. I could also alternately, that's an odd pronunciation of this. I could alternately whack these yak cows, but they seem to move by themselves anyway, so I'm not going to. We'll take the Paragon route. Not that there's really much change. We're always going to be doing the right thing, but yeah. We'll be nice to the cow.
That lazy farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him.
So we shall.
Ah, well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
And we get our 5th? Yeah, it's 5th, because I haven't gotten all the scout flies yet. There is another reason why I left the farmer in this area for last. And that is because our next area is going to be in this direction. Not up here, but I'm getting some stuff for you. There we go. 10 more and we'll have a trade, but again, I won't be doing that right away. For Now we need to go check out the cliff face. Hey, get up on the ledge. Jack, there we go. Oh goody, one left. It's the one over there on the cliff.
Wow! Check out that funky sculpture sitting on the rocks over there.
Yeah, we're going to it. We'll have to come back here later anyway, so... First, Power Cell 7. I mean, Scout Fly 7, Power Cell 6. There we go.
All right! You found all the scout flies in this area.
And now we talk to the Precursor head.
Who awakens the Oracle? Wait, one of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return. Present to me 120 Precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
This must be a Precursor Oracle like the sage always goes on about. I hope they weren't as ugly in person.
Okay, so yeah. That's a Precursor Oracle. And now, we've basically done everything but collect a couple of orbs over here.
Orbs to trade for a
We're not
power
doing
cell.
that yet,
Let's
Daxter.
get back and make the switch already.
He actually does surprisingly little dialogue later on. It's mostly just this first part where he's chatty, so I'm not too concerned about Daxter talking over everything I say. There's our 100% over village, and we are right below the entryway of our first area. Well, first technically official overworld area. The Forbidden Forest. Or jungle, actually. Alrighty. Smack the snake. Actually, generally, I like keeping the snakes alive, just because they're like the least harmful things here. As long as you stay a fair distance away, they don't bug you. They'll watch where I am. I do have to be kind of close. Careful about getting too close to them, but as you can see by the fact that they are kind of just hanging from a branch, they don't move. What now? Got hit by a log. This thing, on the other hand, will pursue me. So no luck there for the frog. No luck for the froggo. Alright, so I am going to head over this way. There we go. He's a little hard to dodge, but we got around him just fine. Actually, I forgot about that. The spin kick usually is better on frogs. Alrighty, gonna punch you. There we go. Go
Let's
ahead
get
and
up on
punch
that
this one.
machine and break the mirror diverting the Precursor beam.
Okay, so there's that. Now, Daxter did clue us into a mission there, but there's one other thing we can do with it first. Also, this is usually the one I save for last, because this will take us out of the, No! I fell off the machine. This will take us out of the Forbidden Jungle, and I'd rather not do that quite yet. There's plenty of stuff to do here. But we can charge ourselves up with Blue Eco. Then we go over here, and we'll lock ourselves a power cell. That's the easiest way. There's a more complicated route which involves starting from down here or going over there. It's a route. It's a journey. And I don't particularly care for it. Dive underwater to get these. There's one other set over here. I can't go too deep because otherwise they have the lurker shark, but right here will be just fine. And a power cell. Hooray me. Okay. next thing I want to do is grab all these and head off over this way. And I have to be careful to plant here. Give me the orb. Don't. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. There we go. Cool. Punch you. There we go. What about over here? Just 4. Did I get the orb from here? Yes, I did. Is there anything else I missed from over here? No, there is not. And being thorough. This is another one of those things that can result like the Spyro gem hunts. No, get on the... Thank you. Okay. And punch. Okay, there's a couple of things that I can't get until later, but we'll just make a cast over here. Okay, I'm not gonna go up there yet because I think I have something to do up there later anyways, so we'll leave it for then. But first... Alrighty. So this leads us back around towards the entrance, but we're not done here yet. My next goal is going to be to go downstairs. How is my frame rate? Frame rate is doing okay. And now we talk to the fisherman.
These blighters. In the basket,
What do you have in the basket?
Nothing to talk about. Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishing rig. And now they're gobbling up me catch. No matter what I try, I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Woo! Maybe it's your breath.
You think you can do better? Try scooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then I'll let you and Shrimp here use my speedboat to get to Misty Island. You want to try the challenge?
If I remember correctly, I use the term scoop as in picking up a cat. I have my little Siamese cat. He's adorable and I love picking him up way more frequently than he likes being picked up, but yeah. This is the origin of my term just scoop, which is basically just pick up the cat. Because I literally just thought of this guy going scooping up river fish with a tiny net.
There are 2 types of good fish.
Hello, that was overflowing for a minute.
1 pound fishies and 5 pound fishies. If you miss 20 pounds of good fish, then I'm gonna take me net back from you. There are poisonous eels in this river. Catch even one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
Alrighty. Yep, minigame. I usually can do this pretty easily. And frequently, I think even without missing a fish. I may miss 1 or 2, but...
Here comes a big one!
I've had days where I've... Whoa, hi. And I got a 5 missed. Ah! How quickly I was proven wrong. Those eels are slab buggers. Also, this stupid thing is like really sensitive, so...
Here comes a big one!
Jesus is making me go all the way across the river. Whoa, hi. Whoa, whoa.
Steady, boy. Hold steady. You're almost there.
Okay, easy, easy.
Here comes a big one.
Whoa.
Hold steady. You're almost there.
There we go.
You did it! You caught 200 pounds of fish. Not bad for a couple of landlubbers. Here's the power cell I promised. And you can use my boat at the village dock whenever you like.
And yeah, that's a required one. You can generally get away with going on to the next area without getting all of the Precursor orbs around. I will, just because I'm something of a completionist, and again, we're getting 100% of this game anyways. But that's one of them you have to do in order to get over to Misty Island. So for that thing with the Muse, we could not get over there without that one. So yay. Okay. I want to go over here, get these logs. Is there anything else on the ledge besides those? Nope, just those. Punch! Punch. I believe these are the lurker. That's the most generic type, at least. Alright, let's see how long I can keep this chain for. How far up the tower can I keep this blue eco going? Oh no, I've already hit a snake. Collect that. I probably won't. Ooh, I did manage to keep it up into here. Because that second one, third one actually, I think what am I doing? English, failing, why? The second one chained the third one, so it was magnetized over. Oh, now get on the... Hi. Ah! I always have this problem. Why do I always have this problem climbing up these stupid platforms? This ain't even that hard. Whoop. There we go. Sweet. Down into the Precursor Temple. Okay. Believe the proper way to go is behind me. Yep.
Yeah, so we got a Precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff. So it ain't gonna help us!
We will be. We're actually about to activate the blue eco thing. At the end of this, I believe. Nope, actually, yeah, at the end of this path. I was about to say at the end of the temple, but no. End of the temple is something else. Okay. That's a little tricky. It's not really that tricky, it's just I frequently am unsure of myself on these jumps. No, get up there. Thank you. Here we go for number 11.
Wow, did you see that? Blue eco-vents have been activated all over the world. I knew there was a way to turn them on. There must be places to turn on the other eco-vents as well.
Alright, we got a launcher up here that's got a bunch of orbs. And a door. Whoa! Okay, thankfully, I'm not put too far back. I kept everything when I died, so all I had to do was just go around the backside. Whoa! Hi, tentacle.